This is a video I've been wanting to make for a little while now. As some of you will already be aware, I've been self-employed for most of my working life, so around 20 odd years or thereabouts. Over the years I've picked up quite a lot of tips that I want to share with you. So welcome to my top 10 tips for self-employment. This has been a really hard list to write. I've changed it around 1,000 times. What I've done is kind of ruled out a lot of the really obvious stuff about just running a business. Things like having the ability to sell to people or having good customer service skills. Those are just part and parcel of self-employment. They aren't tips. They are just what you need to do if you've got a business. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, what sort of job it is, or what sort of business you own. These are what I would consider to be 10 of the most important tips when entering the world of business ownership. I don't believe it. Let me just violently throw this into another room. Number 10, customize your workspace to suit you. Work somewhere more motivational if you need a change in scenery, and just move stuff around to make life easier for yourself. Whether it's files on your desk, desks in your office, offices in your building, or buildings on your business park, you run the show, you're in charge. Make your workspace and time work for you. You need to make your workplace a pleasant place to be, because you're going to be spending a lot of time there. Number 9, know your numbers. Before even thinking of setting up a business, you need to crunch the numbers. That might take a couple of hours, it might take a couple of months, but you need to have a good handle on how much your business can realistically make. What are the overheads? What will your turnover be? What will your profit margin be? If you've got no idea, camp outside similar businesses, count the customers going in, work out how much money people are spending, and you can work out a rough figure just from spending a bit of time looking at your competitors and how they're doing things and how many customers they're getting on a daily basis or a weekly basis. Do the math. You'll be amazed at the number of businesses who you think are successful but are actually making diddly squat. Number 8, get a good accountant. A good accountant is worth their weight in accountancy fees. They'll almost certainly save you what they cost you, and you'll be able to sleep at night. On a similar note, don't get bullied by the tax man. Keep good records from day one and you've got nothing to hide. And in at 7, buy local. It's amazing how many connections you build by speaking to pillars of your local community, whether it's shopkeepers or local tradesmen or other local businesses. Visit the shops, make yourself known in a non-stalkerish kind of way. Give them some business cards. Your local community is one of the most important markets to crack when you're first setting up in business, in my view. And even your competitors would rather see a thriving high street than a world entirely owned by Amazon. Number 6, learn to walk away. Sometimes you'll have good ideas, sometimes you'll have bad ideas. It's just part and parcel of running a business. If you know in your gut it's a dead duck, walk away. It doesn't matter what you've already invested in it, you stand to lose a lot more by flogging a dead horse. On a similar note, give all ideas the sobriety test. If you come up with a good idea after a drink, just check that you still think it's a good idea when you're sober. Number 5, make lists. This is a big thing for me, and I've been known to be organised to borderline OCD level. I have to say Google Keep has changed my life and is categorically the best note-taking bit of software I have ever used. I use it on a daily basis. For you Apple users out there, I think at the minute you'll have to make do with Turbo Note or something like that, because I don't think Google Keep is on iOS, but you can still use it as part of Google Apps on your desktop. But whatever you choose to keep yourself organised, pick your poison. Whether it's Google Keep, Post-its, spreadsheets, notebooks, a dictaphone, whiteboards, you can't keep everything in your head. And you can't prioritise effectively if you don't know what needs to be done. Lists allow you to pick the jobs that you're motivated to do at the time and prioritize them effectively as well. So make lists for everything. What you need to do today, what you need to do this week, what you want to achieve this year, what you need to buy, where you need to go. General lists for ideas for your business. You will have lists coming out your ears, and that's where Google Keep comes into its own, because it allows you to categorize your lists and get access to them from anywhere, whether you're on your desktop or on your mobile phone. I just find it an absolute lifesaver. Number 4, talk to people. Not by email, not by Messenger, not by Snapchat, and I don't even really know what that is, to be honest. Pick up the phone and have a conversation. Whether it's a sales call or some sort of issue that needs to be sorted out, I will guarantee it'll be sorted quicker if you just have a chat with the person. Yes, there'll be confrontational situations to deal with. That's part of running a business. Get used to it. If you're not comfortable with dealing with people either face-to-face or on the phone, then forget about running a business. And while I'm at it, beware of the keyboard warrior. They will suck you dry. Anyone launching into an email diatribe or a torrent of abuse on social media, don't bite, cut it dead, and here's how. Just ask them to give you a call, and 9 out of 10 times, that'll be the last you'll ever hear from them. Number 3, have downtime. I guarantee when you're in charge of your own time and you can take as much time off as you want, you will take less holidays than you have ever taken before. It's so important to switch off every now and then and take a break. It takes me a couple of days just to switch off from work, and as soon as I read an email from a customer, that's me back in work mode again. So just tell your regular customers that your phone's going to be switched off for a week. Switch off and give yourself a break. You can't make good decisions when you're tired, and you've earned it. Number 2, think profit, not revenue. Remember, you're in business to make new money, not to just move money around. It genuinely amazes me how many people these days still don't understand the difference between turnover and profit. You're in business to make profit. You're not in business to make turnover. If you sell a t-shirt for £20 and you bought it for £20, well done. You've made £20 turnover and no money whatsoever. Turnover is vanity, profit is sanity. And finally, my number 1 tip for self-employment is don't burn your bridges. As a business owner, you're going to be biting your tongue a lot. And trust me, sometimes it will be very difficult not to tell people where to shove it. But I can't express enough the importance of not burning your bridges. You never know when you might need some help from that person who you used to work with, who was a total pain in the backside, or someone who knows someone who knows someone who you've just insulted publicly on social media. And never burn your bridges in writing, by the way. That's taking stupid to a whole new level. Karma is a wonderful thing. Be a decent human being and you will get on just fine. And that includes being nice to your competitors, by the way, because you never know when you might get a knock on the door from them asking to buy your business. There's a saying I heard when I was a teenager. I heard Ozzy Osbourne say it, so he's getting credit. So just remember one thing, you meet a lot of people on the way up. Don't them, because you meet them on the way down as well. I love you. Good luck on your self-employment journey. It's the best decision you've ever made, and you're in for one hell of a ride. If you've got any additional tips you would like to share, please pop them in the comments below. But for now, see you next time.